Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to an episode of the Nick Beasley Show. I, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Me and Rodney, my podcast co-host, we were live last night on YouTube. We broke down every NFL team's schedule and the win-loss record. When we got to the Browns, we went off the assumption that Shador would be the starter. Because we didn't think there was any way in hell they could have Watson as the starter. That's exactly what's happened. Deshaun Watson has officially been named the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. I'm shocked. As the thing says, Watson is a starter. What the hell? I did not foresee this happening. I did not think this was going to happen. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, I am sorry. This is a disaster. This is a mess. I feel bad for you if you're a Cleveland Browns fan. And here's why I legitimately thought there's no way in hell they make him the starter. They can't do it. And it's this video right here. This was Deshaun Watson after the game Saturday. This is what he said to the media.
Man, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's it's a little bit personal than that. So I think it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on.
But don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles, and that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
Nah, I don't regret anything in my life. I think the Lord put me through situations.
I'm not going to play the full video of what he said, but basically he was like, the fans in Cleveland boo me, this, that, whatever. It was a mess. Again, quoting him here, it has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. It's a disrespectful thing. Last time I played on the field, I tore my Achilles, and that same fan base cheered when I got hurt. Dan Orlovsky had this to say this morning on First Take. I will pull it up. Right here, he had this to say, guys.
I am shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference and it not be a part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken. I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry. I think he's put together really good football teams. I have no idea how they can make this decision. I said if this was strictly a football decision, strictly football, 50-50. Start the guy you want. I'd be fine with it. Last week, I thought in preseason week 1, Deshaun played better than Shador. Week 2, it wasn't even close. Shador was markedly better than Deshaun. The performance this past Saturday by Deshaun was not good. It was.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of shocked right now. Like, Watson is a starter. To me, it makes no sense. There is no way I can watch what I saw on the field Saturday, and I watched the game, and then watch the press conference afterwards, where Deshaun Watson basically went after the fan base and was like, they're booing me. It's not a performance thing. It's personal. They booed me when I tore my Achilles. Dude, they're booing you because you suck. You are the worst quarterback to ever be traded for in the history of the National Football League. You're on Jamarcus Russell level right now, bro. Like, that's how bad you've been since being traded to Cleveland. And they know how much money the franchise guaranteed you. And you cannot sit here and tell me that had nothing. I don't think this was an Andrew Berry decision. I don't think this was a Todd Monken decision. This was a Jimmy Haslam ownership decision of, oh shit, I know I fucked up, but I'm going to keep Shedeur as the backup. We're going to start Watson because I owe him $46 million this year. And if we cut him, we're screwed. We have nowhere to go. We have nothing we can do with that. That's why you did this. You didn't do this because you think Deshaun Watson gives you the best chance to win football games. And I am not saying Shedeur Sanders is an NFL starting quarterback. I'm not saying that. But hell, I watched the two games. Shedeur looked better than Deshaun in the second one. And Deshaun was playing with backups in the second game. He was playing against backups in the second game. Like, if you're Cleveland, you cannot walk out there week one in Jacksonville and have this dude be your starting quarterback. There is no way in hell I'm letting that happen if I'm the Cleveland Browns. If I'm Todd Monken, I'm going to ownership and I'm saying, look, I know we owe this guy a lot of fucking money because you fucked up. Don't ruin my career and my chances of having a good team with a young nucleus, with the offense and the defense, and potentially a good young quarterback. Don't ruin it because you owe this guy $46 million. Cut him. You can't trade him because nobody's going to take the contract. So trading him out of the picture. Cut him. Let him go. You don't want to cut him? Fine. Send him home. You got two other quarterbacks on the roster anyway that at least PR-wise aren't nightmares to deal with. Deshaun Watson showed you. He showed you Saturday. I'm a nightmare to deal with, and you will pay for this. He showed it to you in the press conference. He went after the fans. The fans. You don't do that. I don't give a damn who you are. You don't go after the fucking fans. I don't care how much money you're making. You don't go after the fans. The people that are paying their money to sit in the stands in Cleveland, Ohio, and watch your ass suck for years, and you go after them and go, it's not performance-based, it's personal. No shit, it is personal. Because personally, you're a dick. But performance-wise, you also suck. You blew your Achilles and missed 2024 and 2025 season. You've only played in 19 games since being traded to Cleveland in 2020. Like, you can't. I don't understand. Unless this is like, okay, we know he's going to suck, so we're going to start him so we can get that number one overall pick, so we can get Dante Moore or Arch Manning or whoever. But if I was Cleveland, I would want to see what I have in Shedeur. I would want to see, what do I have in Shedeur Sanders that I can use to better my team? Is Shedeur potentially the franchise quarterback in Cleveland? I don't know that answer. It's not Deshaun Watson, and Shedeur's in his second year. I don't understand. Listen. Last year, they went from Flacco to Gabriel, and I was like, well, Gabriel was a higher pick. Then Shedeur got his shot, and he didn't look great in his games. 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and he didn't look great. But when Todd Monken took the job, I thought for sure this was Shedeur's team. This is Shedeur's job. This is Shedeur's team. Unless you're telling me that in practice or games, which the games we've seen, it hasn't been that big of a stretch, that Shedeur is just that bad compared to Deshaun Watson, you go with Shedeur. You go with the young guys. You got rookies on this team, and Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston, who can be legit wide receiver options for you. You have one of the best running back tandems in the market, including one of the best running backs in the market, young running backs, in Quentin Junkins and Dylan Sampson. You have Harold Fannin Jr. at tight end, and he is really good. Your defense, you have the defensive rookie of the year in Carson Schlesinger. You have Mason Graham on the defensive line. You have Jared Verse, who you traded for when you traded Myles Garrett to the Rams. You have a young team. Why are you going to the 30-something-year-old that isn't good? I don't understand what we're doing. If I'm Cleveland, if I'm the Cleveland Browns fan base, I'm pissed. And I am going – I'm going to quote Dan Orlovsky here. I wouldn't go to the fucking games. If I'm the Cleveland Browns, fuck that. Give me my money back. I'm not going to the games to watch this team lose. I'm not doing it. It's not going to happen. This is ridiculous. Deshaun Watson is not the answer in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders may not be either, but you're not even giving the kid a chance. Realistically, you're not giving him a chance because we all knew the money would factor into it. And Andrew Berry can say the money's not a factor. Yeah, it is. The money's a factor, dude. We're not stupid. You can't treat us like we're idiots. The money was absolutely a factor. Hell, Dylan Gabriel didn't even get a conversation. He was the third-round pick 2 years ago. He wasn't even in the conversation. Okay, that's fine. They saw what they needed from Dylan. He'll probably get cut or traded anyway. But, what are we... I feel bad for Todd Monken. I feel bad for the Cleveland Browns fans. I feel bad for Shedeur. I feel bad for all those young players on the team that probably want Shedeur to be their starting quarterback. Unless it was that big of a gap, unless you are telling me that Shedeur Sanders is that much worse than Deshaun Watson, which I don't think is possible, Deshaun should not be your quarterback one. Shedeur should be QB1. We can't live in this hypothetical world where we believe that performance-based is why this decision was made. This was not performance decision. This was not we have a better chance to win with Deshaun than we do Shedeur. This was we owe Deshaun Watson $46 million, and we've gotten nothing out of him on a 5-year contract where we fully guaranteed all of his money. So we got to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks, and this is what they're doing. They're throwing something at the wall, seeing if it sticks, and it's not going to stick. So you're going to get a probably top 5 pick, and you'll draft a quarterback for the 3rd year in a row. But maybe this time, when you draft that quarterback, he'll actually be the starter. I still think you give Shedeur a look. I get it. You're going on the road week 1. Maybe that's why you don't want to do it. You go on the road week 2. Maybe that's what it is. Week 3, you're at home. No way in hell is Deshaun Watson stepping on that field as a starter for your home opener. It's not happening. You can't do it. You're going to lose the fan base. And by the way, Cleveland fans, they know the Browns suck, and they still go to the games, and they still back their team. That's how fucking retarded this is. The fan base still backs this franchise. I don't think they will anymore. I think they're going to say, fuck them, I'm out, and stop going to games because you let this arrogant asshole be your starter after he called out I can't let it go. He called out the fucking fans in Cleveland. He called them out and said it wasn't performance-based, that they were booing his ass off the field. Because they booed him when he got injured. They booed you when you got injured because, believe it or not, Deshaun, they actually thought, holy shit, we might get something competent in our quarterback room, and you had Jameis Winston behind you, and everybody loves Jameis. I don't know of anybody that doesn't love Jameis Winston. He brings personality. Oh, and he's not a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Why do you think Houston was so happy to get rid of you? The allegations, yes, but also you were a dick. Like that's what it was. You were a dick and you haven't changed. Shout out to Trey Lucado. Browns fans, y'all are screwed. Yeah, I mean, Trey, I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a Dolphins fan, so I know our quarterback room sucks. But hell, at least Malik Willis is liked by the fan base. Deshaun's not even liked by the fans. That's the fucked up part here. You don't go with what the fans would like. And I understand if Deshaun truly showed like he is the best option. But you can't say that after the 2 preseason games we've seen. And from what I've seen in practice, you really haven't given Shador a fair shot. Like, I don't understand what they're doing. But let's go back through the Twitterverse. Look at some of the comments. Yeah, ESPN from an hour ago. Deshaun's, NFL Network. Per Underdog, Schulte. Let's see here. Ari Mirov. Part of the thought process behind naming Deshaun Watson the Browns starter is that they open the season with 2 road games at Jacksonville and at Tampa before returning home in week 3. That would give Watson 2 games to prove himself away from the fan base. If he struggles, Shador could take over in front of the home crowd after the boos Watson received Saturday. Okay. Trey, speaking of which, what the hell is up with the 49ers? Because their owner, Jed York. I've not seen that. Is that been confirmed that Jed York has been arrested? Because I've not seen that. Hold on. Let me pull up. Because again, I haven't seen that. Let's see. Jed. Oh, wow. Okay, so that is real. Okay, so 49ers owner Jed York arrested in Ohio. Prostitution-related case? Ari says 49ers owner Jed York was arrested Sunday in East Palestine, Ohio, and pleaded no contest to misdemeanor charges of disorderly conduct and possessing criminal tools. York was sentenced to 2 days in jail and ordered to pay $11,000 in fine, or $1,100 in fines. Yeah, so I don't know where TMZ's getting the prostitution thing from. Because everybody else is saying it's possession of criminal tools. So again, I don't know where that's coming from. I hadn't seen that because I've been focused on the Deshaun Watson situation. So thank you, Trey, for bringing that up because I've not seen that. So I'm not going to talk too much about it just because I haven't seen it. And I would have to do more research on it. Okay, this is kind of funny. This clip right here from Dollar Dog Nick. Browns fans hearing that Deshaun Watson has been named Week 1 starter, and it's a guy jumping off of a table onto the pavement. I don't want to show that too much. this up because I don't want to get flagged on YouTube. Like, okay, I just want to point this part out. So, Shedeur Sanders was asked about the fans booing Watson on Saturday. His response, I do not appreciate that at all, regardless of competition. We're all human beings. I don't like making people feel uncomfortable in different spaces. And that's why, even in daily things I do, I try to make sure everybody's comfortable. So I just want to point this out. So you see that from your franchise, from your rookie quarterback or second-year quarterback, and you see the comparison of what Deshaun did to what Shedeur did, and you still go with Deshaun. So again, I don't understand what we're doing here. Like, I hadn't seen this yet. I'm just going to read it. This is from Jeremy Fowler from ESPN. Okay. I think it's the right move. He's got more ability than Shedeur Sanders. He's a better athlete. Todd Monken's offense requires a lot of responsibility. Okay, ESPN, fire Jeremy Fowler. What the fuck are you talking about? You think it was the right move? This dude called out fans 2 days ago. And you think it was the right move to make him the... Y'all realize how young Shedeur Sanders is? Do y'all realize how young Shedeur Sanders is? Like, we can't be doing this, man. Okay, this is kind of funny. NFL hate memes. The Jaguars saying Deshaun Watson for their Week 1 schedule. Yeah, okay. I want to read this part because, to me, this sums it up. And this kind of sums up how I feel as well. So I'm glad that they had the full quote here. Dan Orlovsky rips the Cleveland Browns for starting Deshaun Watson. I am shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference and it not be part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken. I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry. I think he's put together really good football teams. I have no idea how they can make this decision. Well, Dan, let me tell you how they can make this decision. $42 or $46 million is how they made this decision. And this, again, this was not, there's no way in hell this came from Monken. Or, I'm not blaming Todd Monken. I'm not blaming Andrew Berry for this. There was no shot in hell that's who they wanted. They wanted Shedeur Sanders. Ownership said, we're paying him $46 million. In fact, just so I can make sure I have that contract right, because I don't want to be completely wrong here. Okay, again, I don't want to be completely wrong. So let's look at the contract here, guys. This is from Spotrac. So 2026 cap hit is $40 million. The 2026 cash is $46 million. He'll be a free agent after this season. The cap hit is 13.6. This is the dead cap. This is what I want to point out. If he got cut, it'd be $127 million against the Browns cap. So they got nothing here, and they restructured, by the way. So the restructure is $30 million. His base salary, that's his base. That's the signing. Yeah, so $46 million this year. Remember, they fully guaranteed $230 million. $46 million this year, $44 million signing bonus. $230 million guaranteed at sign, total guaranteed $230, and he'll be a 2027 unrestricted free agent. And we can look at his injuries. 2025, Achilles, missed the entire season. 2024, week 8 to the end of the year, Achilles. 2023, weeks 11 through 18. This was, I believe, after suspension, shoulder. And look at who his agent is. Fines and suspensions. Taunting was a fine, unsportsmanlike conduct. Unsportsmanlike conduct, contact to the league. And then he was suspended for 11 games and was fined $632,000 in 2022. So again, that's the situation we're in. I don't know what Cleveland does after this year. I don't. Because now you've got Shador. I believe he's got like 1 or 2 years left on his deal. Because he was a 5th round pick. Like, this is retarded. This is retarded. You don't start Deshaun Watson. You start Shador Sanders. I don't get it. That'll be all for me, guys. Thank you to everybody who joined. Thank you to Trey, who commented a couple times. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, if you haven't already, elephant-inc.store for official Nick Beasley Show merch. So go make sure to check that out. Get you some merch. We got polos, we got t-shirts, we got hats. So make sure to hop on there and get you some of that. I will be back Wednesday night with a special guest. And then I will be back probably Friday night or maybe Monday night. But just keep in mind, guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, go to elephant-inc.store for official Nick Beasley Show merch. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.